Hi everyone, this is Conundrum back again with another reaction video, and this reaction is to Lost in Space Season 1 Episode number 6, and this one is called Eulogy. But before I get started, please like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe to my page, along with hitting that bell button, that way you get notified when I come out with new videos. Again, like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. So on with the episode. So we saw a lot of different things going on with the family members, and it was really interesting to see the dynamics of how they're trying to interact with people when the episode started. So first we start out by seeing what's going on between Maureen and also what's going on between John. Her basically letting them know about what was going on with the sun. The sun apparently was not going supernova. The sun was actually basically being drawn in by a black hole, which obviously we know means that the actual sun is actually going to get taken into the black hole and nothing's going to be able to sustain life on that planet because of that. So of course now they're scrambling to try to figure out what they're going to do. And of course because of the fact that that's going on, Maureen's not sure if she should let everybody know about what's going on and how to handle that situation. As with John, we see a lot going on with him with basically having to deal with Will and also the robot because everybody now knows about the robot and they're not sure about exactly how to handle the situation. So, of course, they're going to see how they're going to handle that later on in the episode. So, of course, moving on down, we get down to what's going on with Penny and what's also going on with Judy. We'll start out with Penny. Penny, of course, is eavesdropping on the parents and finds out, of course, about what's going on with the sun and the black hole. So, of course, she has that information. She's taking that and trying to use that to her advantage. Basically, she's trying to use that on VJ because she has a super crush on him and she really wants to get kissed by him. So, of course, she's basically trying to do everything in her power to kind of, get some alone time with him. Basically, by telling him that she's about to go swimming, and then, of course, him being one of those people that want to follow somebody else, he decides that he's going to stop doing what he's doing and go with Penny and actually go off and basically go swimming with her. And of course, when they get there, unfortunately, because of what happened before, the actual waterfalls are gone. She kind of doesn't get to do her way with the way she wants things to happen with him kissing her. Of course, later on down the line, we do see in the episode what the actual letter was that VJ was holding on to. The letter apparently was a letter that he wrote when he was going down on the ship, thinking he was going to die, a poem he wrote. And of course, the fact that he let Penny decide to read it, and after she gets done reading it, she decides to kiss him anyway. So, of course, she kind of gets what she wants. She kind of gets the kiss, not quite the way she was hoping to, but of course, she gets the kiss nonetheless. Moving on. Move on to Judy. Judy, of course, is going through a lot of different things right now, especially with her family. Again, she's dealing with taking care of people who are, of course, hurt. Her mom being one of them, and now she's off trying to actually help the actual crew because of the fact that they need fuel, and they decided to take her along with Don West and the rest of the crew to basically go ahead and basically get the fuel that they need so they can try to get off the planet. So, of course, her traveling with Don West, she, of course, starts to hang out with him and starts to learn how to kind of be a little more edgy because she's really been kind of more of a prude in a way because she's been studying for her doctoral schools. So of course she's trying to be a doctor. So of course she's trying to hang out with him, and he's egging her along to actually open up and get out there and want to be a part of things. So throughout the episode, we see her with him, and now we also see Don West as well. They're trying to work on basically learning how to get this fuel because the fuel apparently is in his old ship, which of course he decides to give out the information after he gets paid or wants to get paid. And the fact that he knows basically how to keep the ship from falling off because it was his previous ship that he was on that's hanging out with Cliff. So of course he got to figure out how that's going to work out. So throughout the episode, we also see them trying to figure out how they're going to get the fuel out of the ship and basically get it back to the actual other ships that actually do work. So of course they eventually do get all of it out there. Don West ends up finding a secret, of course, out about Dr. Smith. And of course, he eventually lets Judy know about what's going on. Judy, of course, finds out that Dr. Smith is not Dr. Smith. Don West lets her know this is not the right person. This is something completely different. I'm not sure what she's doing. And that kind of goes from there. On to Will. Will, of course, is going through a lot of different things between him, the robot, and his dad. His dad takes him off for a moment and takes him to a place where they put 26 rocks, or I should say 27 rocks, up for people who had died on a Resolute during the course of the time with the robot going crazy and basically killing off people. And of course, that takes his own toll later on down in the episode. Of course, Will doesn't quite understand why he has to move these heavy stones, and his father doesn't want to let the robot help him do it. So he's basically telling him that this is a weight that you have to take on, that you have to handle yourself, and you're going to have to be able to deal with this because the fact that you have a heavy burden now on your shoulders with this robot who is listening only to you. So we also see Dr. Smith actually taking and using everything again to her advantage, basically using Angela to take advantage of what's going on with the situation. And of course, she basically treats Angela, basically tells her that she needs to basically, deal with the situation of her past. Of course, she kind of cuts out in the middle of a actual therapy session, which is very weird because you wouldn't think a doctor would cut out on a session. But I think she was up to something when she did that. And of course, later on, we do figure out why she did that. Angela, of course, is going through the whole situation of trying to figure out if she wants to be anywhere near that robot. And of course, the crew eventually decides the robot can stay, but of course she has her qualms with that because the robot killed her husband, and she actually goes through the episode explaining what happened to her husband during the test of time with the robot going crazy. And eventually she does come back and decides that she's basically going to take and use the gun that she found in the woods, who actually was created by John. But after John had it, it ends up getting in Dr. Smith's hands, who ends up hiding it, and she ends up trying to use it against the robot. And his dad actually getting hurt, Will's father actually getting hurt, John, because of the fact that he's trying to stop the robot from hurting Angela because she's using this gun. Basically, because Dr. Smith got into her mind, got her into believing that she has to kill the robot, and she basically takes the gun and tries to use it to her advantage. And again, basically, she gets Will out of the ship, basically, so the robot is alone with Angela, and basically, he decides that the best idea, of course, is to defend himself because of the fact that the robot is getting shot at. The father, John, tries to stop the robot and ends up getting hurt. And of course, we see Dr. Smith, who was actually planning the whole thing, get Will off the ship. Basically, he tells his mom to come play cards, and things kind of took a turn for the worse. And of course, toward the end of the episode, we see that basically Will decides that he's going to end the robot's life because the fact that he feels responsible for what happened. And of course, his father has told him that this is a heavy burden. This is something you have to handle. With great power comes great responsibility, as Peter Parker and Spider-Man's grandfather, but uncle used to say all the time. So that was always interesting to see. So the episode ended with the robot actually falling off a cliff, basically destroying itself, and we kind of see Dr. Smith actually using the whole thing to her advantage because she got in the robot's head that will eventually turn on him and make him do something crazy. So there we are now with the end of the episode happening in that way. So a lot was going on in this episode. We did see them get the fuel. We did see a lot of people find out new information, and it left us with a lot of questions on our hands, like what's going to happen next with the family. And of course, how things are going to work out with different things that are going on in between the social relationships with everybody. So here's my final thought. The episode was pretty good. They got a lot done in that episode. We didn't quite see all the answers answered, but we did have leave us more questions. And of course, I just wanted to see what's more going to happen with the family and kind of go from there. So, what are your thoughts on the episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you really think it sucked? Please leave comments down there in the comment section and let me know how you felt about it. I always like to hear what people have to say. So that's about all I have to say on this episode. So you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.